Most people want more peace of mind, health, and abundance. And many experts share that the power of a daily gratitude practice is priceless. So, today in Abundance and Gratitude Affirmations, we're going to dive into the impact gratitude has on abundance and some great gratitude affirmations that can help you bring more abundance or anything else you want into your life. I find that our Thanksgiving holiday that we celebrate here in the US is a great reminder of how many blessings I have and many other people have, and how much we all have to be grateful for, even when we may not see it. So, hopefully, that's going to help you too. So, let's dive into abundance and gratitude affirmations. Hi, my name is Annette Bao, your host of the Wealth Inside and Out podcast. I'm a certified financial planner and founder of the Millionaire Insider. For over 30 years, I have been advising and researching the top 1% of millionaires, and I am passionately obsessed with money, mindset, and the intersection of self-worth and net worth, and how the two connect and allow us to live fulfilled and wealthy lives on our terms. I'm a Midwestern girl who had a dream, began investing $25 a month 35 years ago, and today have a multi-million-dollar net worth. I teach the tried and true that only someone with over 3 decades of experience advising millionaires would know. This podcast is different, about much more than money. We talk about mindset, success, money blocks, worth barometer, and all aspects of money and topics from practical manifestation, along with real-world how-to and everything in between, with the goal of making your journey easier and more fun. Think of this as coffee, actually matcha tea, learning real-world common sense money and life advice from a BFF that you can start applying today. If you want to create a financially free life you love, you are in the right place, my friend. This is the Wealth Inside and Out podcast. Today's free resource is our Worth Barometer Guide. You can go to themillionaireinsider.com/WBG. You're going to love this free resource. It provides 40 years of researching and is what I have found to be the biggest determinant of success or lack thereof. You're going to learn the A to Z's of the Worth Barometer, which is a combination of your belief and self-esteem, as well as how to elevate your own Worth Barometer so you can create a fulfilled and wealthy life you love. Again, themillionaireinsider.com/WBG. For today's show notes, you can go to themillionaireinsider.com/33. All materials and intellectual property are copywritten by themillionaireseries.com. The information we provide is not intended to replace any advisor or specialist or to provide any investment, financial, tax, retirement, or any planning or healthcare advice. All participants agree to hold millionaireseries.com and its affiliates harmless for results achieved or not achieved. So today we're going to dive into what is abundance, the ways abundance impacts gratitude, insight for writing gratitude affirmations, and then some of my favorite gratitude affirmations. Now, if you want more insight on gratitude, you can go to themillionaireinsider.com/power-of-gratitude. That's a great article that gives you some background. So what is abundance and how does it impact gratitude? Abundance refers to having more than you need, and it can be material possessions, opportunities, love, happiness, really anything you want. It's often associated with a sense of wealth and an overflow of positive experience in one's life. So again, you've got to figure out for you what that means, but abundance is either material or non-material, and it's often a matter of perception and mindset, meaning what we each believe. It's not just about having a lot of stuff. Some people feel it is, but I personally feel it's more than that. It's really about recognizing and appreciating what you have versus just what you need or want. It's like the excess of that. What are some examples that demonstrate abundance? I looked this up and some of the insight was a greater good, blessings in my life, a grateful spirit, receiving love you desire or want, a feeling of being eternally grateful, grateful for the love in your life. Gratitude is subjective and personal based on our experience. So you got to understand that what one person sees as abundant, someone else may not. Some people see it as possessions, others relationships, others opportunities, and really it can be all of the above. So don't get so caught up in a box. It's like, it's got to be like this. I know this is going to shock some of you that some of the worst experiences that have occurred to me and things that I looked at that were like, oh my gosh, they were the worst thing that could have happened, turned out to be the best. I've become very present where there's something good or bad's happening to me or something I perceive as good or bad as labeling it because you really don't know. And there's a great Buddhist saying where this farmer meets this man and he says something about, oh, you're so lucky that you have your son here helping you. And the farmer says, it could be good, it could be bad. And then the farmer says, his son fell off the horse. And he said, oh my God, that's so terrible. He said, it could be good, it could be bad. The son was going to get drafted, but he couldn't go because he broke his leg. And the guy goes, oh, that's so good. And he goes, it could be good, it could be bad. The point being is you don't know. When you can be open to whatever is happening to you, that there is a silver lining in it. I personally find not only with me, but with all my clients that it makes the situation easier to deal with. And it makes us more aware of the different experiences we have. And so again, if that's helpful to you, take it. If you aren't yet there, then just be accepting of that. It's not right or wrong. And the last thing I want you to do is feel like the way you're seeing abundance or blessings in your life is wrong. There's no right or wrong. It's what works for you. And as long as you're being honest with yourself, that's what matters. Abundance can impact gratitude in several ways. One, it can enhance gratitude. When you have an abundance of something, oftentimes you're more likely to feel grateful for it. Like you have an abundance of wealth. I am so grateful. And I find most people that have money are. Some people believe it's because it's easy to recognize. And so then they can appreciate the value of what they have that is more than they need or want. An example might be if you have an abundance of friends, you're more likely to feel grateful for each one of them. Now, what I believe is that your belief of that is what also can bring more of it to you. I can remember about 20 years ago, and I achieved a lot of success, and I remember feeling really lonely. What I realized is that I had kind of let some of my friendships just kind of lapse. I just had not been able to be as present. And I went and saw a psychologist. She said, you've got to make it a priority. From that point on, I started making it a priority. My close friends hear from me, not all the time, but at least monthly. And I get together with them frequently. That's something in my life. When I look at like my overall life, I can say, oh my gosh, my family's great. My kids are great. My husband, my relationship with him is great. It's getting better and better every day. And my health is good. I've got all these things that are really great, but my friendship were probably the weakest link. It's even improved my relationships with some of my family members. So again, I encourage you to just be aware of it. Don't overanalyze it. One of the other things that was really important is I really started loving myself. And I think for a lot of us that are perfectionists or always aiming for something better, it can be really hard for us to love ourselves. And it's so much easier for us to beat up ourselves or what we didn't do. Like, I get 100 compliments and I get one person that doesn't compliment me. And that's what I focus on. That's how I used to be. No more. I focus in on what I want. And what I find is that by focusing in on what I want, I get more of it. So I hope that helps you. An increase in generosity. Experiencing abundance can lead to a desire to share your wealth with others, giving back and helping people that aren't as fortunate as us. When my children were growing up, they absolutely loved the dollar store. And maybe it's because I let them get like more things than I normally would. But I can remember going there and oh my gosh, they were just in seventh heaven. It was a little disturbing to me to see some of the people there. Some of the people are getting their groceries there. And so what I started doing is whenever I would see somebody that I just knew was struggling, is I would pay their bill. There were some people that started crying. I mean, it was so interesting because I always love paying it forward. Sometimes I buy people's groceries. Sometimes I buy people's coffee. I love paying it forward. When I see people at the bus station that, look like they just got off work, they don't even have a car, and I go and give them like a 20 or a 50. Some of them are like, "Why did you do that?" And I'm like, "Because I just wanted to just say thank you for contributing. You obviously just got off work. I appreciate that you're doing something to improve this world, and I just want to say thank you." It's so interesting, the reaction. But the dollar store has been the pay dirt. I don't know if you could do it, but it'd be really funny over the holidays to just go there and give people money and then like videotape it and share it. It's kind of like YouTube videos. One of the airlines does it where they go and like people give wishes and then they go and make those wishes come true. And they're so heartfelt. Or even like Coca-Cola. They went to a country where a lot of people from the Philippines had to go to be able to get a job. And some of them had not seen their family members in over 15 years. And they reunited them for the holidays. I do not know of any person who has watched that video who cannot just, oh my gosh, it's just so heartwarming. And they think they're going to a Coca-Cola party, but they're actually going to see their relatives that they haven't seen in 15 years because they've been out of the country to support them. It is unbelievable. So again, increased generosity, I personally feel and have seen thousands of times that it comes back to us tenfold. Gratitude practices. The concept of abundance can be incorporated into a gratitude practice. For example, journaling. A lot of people have a gratitude journal where they record things they're grateful for. And as I mentioned, I have found that some of the worst things that have happened in my life where I thought this is just terrible have turned out to be the best because they've made me a stronger person. And in a lot of ways, they've really helped me to achieve what I've achieved. Meaning, you got to get some thick skin. And, had I not had the experience early in my career of the manager telling me, you don't have what it takes, you'll never make it, I don't know that I would have. But it was kind of like that belief and that continue moving forward that made it possible. It can also give us a shift in perspective. Abundance can shift our perspective on what we see as valuable. It can help us realize that we have more than we believe we do. It's so easy to look at someone else's life and say, oh, I wish I had that. Oh, I wish I had that. Really, what you want is peace of mind, fulfillment, health, enough money to do what you want to do. What happens then is it leads to a greater sense of appreciation and thankfulness for what we already have. It's amazing. Emotional well-being. I think this one is huge. When we're grateful for what we have in our lives, it can improve our overall emotional state and our sense of happiness. Now, abundance is subjective. So just understand that what is important to some person or what they consider to be representative of abundance is very different for other people. There's not a right or a wrong. So again, don't go beating yourself up. Just notice it. To increase the abundance in your life, I want you to take the time to really determine what you want and then pay attention to clues in your life. You're going to have clues that you may be discounting. And I'll give you an example. Somebody's saying they want a partner, but they've never considered their close friend, Joe, or they want more close friends, but they've never considered that hiking club that continues to mail them invitations. So know what you want and then pay attention to what starts coming into your life. One of my clients who lives in the mountains shared that the nature that surrounds her home was a reminder for her to be grateful for her life. I couldn't agree more. I love being at my home in the mountains, and I also love being at my condo at the beach. Both bring me such peace and joy. Now let's look at gratitude affirmations, how to write out gratitude affirmation. The first thing you got to do is identify the subject, and you want to be really specific. What is it that you want to express gratitude for? And it can be anything. Write the gratitude affirmation in an I am or I active verb present tense statement. I am enough. I weigh however much pounds with ease. You want to use positive language. It's better to say I'm grateful for my job than to say I'm not stressed about my job. Be specific. instead of a statement like, I'm thankful for my family, I'm grateful for the support and love of my family. Better if you can be more specific. Again, present tense is critical. Right here, right now, not I will be grateful for, I am grateful for, not I will get a better job. I work at an ideal job. I am employed at an ideal job. I earn X amount, not I will earn X amount. Bring in emotion. That's so important. I am deeply grateful for the kindness of my friend. I'm deeply grateful for my amazing friendships, whatever it may be. Keep it concise. Don't go on and on and on. So if you have ands in there, I'm grateful for this and this and this and this, that's not ideal. I'm grateful for boom. I'm grateful for boom. And just not too long, not too complicated. And then make it personal. Share your own experiences. Make it what represents you. I share a lot of my affirmative statements both in the Wealth Academy as well as the Money Mindset Mastery. I'll link to those in the show notes, but themillionaireinsider.com/MMM, as well as in my Performance Mastermind for Advisors. And I find a lot of people take my exact affirmations. Now, I don't have a problem with it as long as they're really what represent you and it's what you want. You then want to repeat it. Ideally, what you want to do is get it into your subconscious mind. And one of the best ways to do that is through repetition. Now, if you are affirming something, you're like, there's no way, like having a net worth of 10 million or having a net worth of 1 million, you're like, there's no way. Start affirming it first thing in the morning when you're in the theta state or last thing in the evening, right before you go to sleep when you're in the alpha state. Affirmations are most effective when they are repeated. So you can write it, you can read it, you can speak it, you can listen to it. It's so powerful when you can add in your own flair on it, your own insight. That's when it really becomes powerful. So let's review some positive affirmations. The key here is that we want to focus on the positive aspects of your life so that you can cultivate a more abundant mindset. And being thankful, being grateful for what you have in your life, I personally believe really helps you. Some of my favorite affirmations are, I am grateful for my life. I am thankful for my health and well-being. I am one with my source, and you can fill it out, whatever it is that works for you, whether it's Jesus, God, Messiah, Buddha, whatever, not a right or wrong. I am grateful for the abundance I attract. I am enough. I am thankful for my family and friends. I'm grateful for the growth and self-improvement I continue to achieve. Again, not a right or a wrong, it's just an idea. So now that we've reviewed I am statements, let's look at some I active verbs. I weigh 130 pounds with ease. I attract health, wealth, and prosperity. I accumulate X amount, how much of dollars? This is your net worth. I earn X amount of dollars with ease. This is your income. I spend quality time with my partner and state when from 6 to 9 p.m. each evening. Be specific. We eat dinner as a family each evening. I support those less fortunate with time and money. Again, you want to figure out what works for you. These are just examples. So there you have it. Let's recap on abundance and gratitude affirmations. Abundance refers to having more than you need. Identify the ways abundance impacts you and brings more gratitude into your life. Review the tips I shared on how to write out gratitude affirmations and then apply the ones that you feel will work for you. And then borrow and or tweak some of my favorite gratitude affirmations and use them for your own. You'll be so glad you did this. I think gratitude has been one of the biggest factors in my life. When I started being more grateful for what I had, even when I didn't have a lot, it started growing. And then what happened is you're focused on what you have versus what you don't have, and you get more of it because wherever we focus our attention is going to grow. So if we're focusing on what we have, we're going to get more of that. If we're focusing on what we don't have, we're going to get more of that. So there you have it.
If you love the content of this podcast, please follow and subscribe to our channel so you get notified of episodes, and also give us a 5-star review and share a comment. We really appreciate it. Congratulations on taking another step to create a financially free life you love. If you're not sure about your financial future or that it's in order, or you are ready to stop worrying about money, or possibly the fear of becoming a bag lady, ending up broke in retirement, or you simply are ready to know your financial house is in order so you can have a bright financial future, please go to themillionaireinsider.com/NSF. And that doesn't stand for non-sufficient funds. It stands for next step finance. It's the next best step of what you need to do so you can avoid an NSF notice in your future. Again, themillionaireinsider.com/NSF. The number of women who were not broke or poor while working or married is staggering. The entire mission of the Wealth Inside and Out podcast is to ensure you have the information for you, your family, your friends, anyone who's willing to listen to it and apply it so that you can create a financially free life you love. Again, themillionaireinsider.com/NSF. Thank you so much for joining me for Abundance and Gratitude Affirmations. I'm Annette Ba'u, host of the Wealth Inside and Out podcast. Bye for now.